It's the things I kept saying about Chicago last year, and I think that it still applies this year. Their core players, if their core players don't stand up, they're screwed. And we saw it in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, let's go more into that because I think that was the biggest bomb that you said.
What did they score? 3 goals in 4 games?
Something like that.
Yep.
Against Nashville?
And 3 of them were like in the last 2 games too, so it's not pretty.
So Chicago essentially tried to rebuild Chicago that won a few years ago, except a couple years older. What all of a sudden makes them not a playoff team?
Well, for one, I think that they had fantastic goaltending last year. And when they were solid enough in net, that their defense was a little more pliable in terms of what they were able to do.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know who their backup is.
You know, and at this point, I'm not really sure. After Scott Darling left.
Good question.
I'm not even sure.
I'll look it up.
So
Corey Crawford's the starter. That's what's important.
So if Corey Crawford falters or just gets more average, then I think that takes away from Chicago. I think that their core players, the Jonathan Taves, now it's going to be Brandon Saad, Patrick Kane, Duncan Keith, and Brent Seabrook, even though Seabrook really shouldn't be, but part of that core group. If those players falter, they can't produce in the same passion, or they get hurt, there's not enough peripheral talent in Chicago to be able to step in and replicate Kane's production or what he means to the Blackhawks.
Anton Forsberg or Jean-Francois Berube? Forsberg, I think, came over in the Panarin deal.
Correct.
So
like their backup is a backup is a backup. You just need average goaltending.
Right.
But if Crawford doesn't step up, they're screwed. If any of those core guys don't perform above their expectations, they're screwed. So you can get away with an 82-game schedule and be kind of coast through, and then you might even win your division. Who knows what happens along the way? Tampa Bay missed the playoffs, but look at the injury and what they did just to make it. You know what I mean? There's other things that happen along the way that allow teams like the Leafs to make the playoffs.